Hello, I'm Jake, and welcome to the Nerd District. I just saw Black Panther, and now I'm gonna review it. Let's start with things I liked. I liked the world building. They did a really good job of making this fictional world feel like a real place that could actually exist in our world. Wakanda feels alive, and its inhabitants are also a highlight of the movie for me. Chadwick Boseman does a fantastic job as T'Challa, and it's great to see him again after Civil War, this time more familiar with his people and their culture. But a hero is only as good as the villain, and Eric Killmonger is probably one of Marvel's best. Michael B. Jordan breathes a lot of life into the character, making him very easy to sympathize with. And I gotta give a quick shout out to Shuri. She was hilarious. There were some pretty good fight scenes, too. There wasn't as much spectacle in them as advertised, but even the fights without it were intense and exciting. Not spoiling anything, but there's a car chase, and that scene was awesome. Visually, this movie is one of Marvel's best. It's up there with Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok. It's so nice to look at, and I don't know what it is with purple, but that color just makes for some unique looking scenes in these movies. Okay, now for things I didn't like so much. Before I saw the movie, I heard people talking about how the CGI doesn't look very good, and I was all like, it's probably not that bad. And then I saw the movie. The CGI of the fight scenes look fine, most of them are in the dark, so it's hard to tell. But again, without spoiling anything, there's a rhino in the movie, and it looks like a rhino from the original Jumanji. Another thing I didn't like was that some of the jokes were kind of forced. I mean, they made me laugh, but only because of how forced they were. But just what are those forced joke scenes? One more thing, this one might be just because I only saw the movie once, but it seemed like some scenes went on for too long and some scenes weren't long enough. For example, and I'm going to talk spoilers for a second, so if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to this time. I feel like we should have seen Killmonger as King for just a little bit longer to see what kind of real damage he can do. Sure, he sent the vibranium out of Wakanda, but Ross stopped the ships, and everything else he was going to do was only talked about. But anyways, we're done talking about spoilers. So those are my thoughts. I love the movie. It's probably in my top MCU movies. Ryan Coogler really knocked it out of the park with this one. Can't wait to see Black Panther and Infinity War. And on that note, I will see you later.